Good morning, everyone. Welcome. It is Thursday. That's Thankful Thursday, and I'm so thankful to be here. Have some extraordinary guests today, and I'm going to be looking forward to that. But in the meantime, train everyone. Paulie, welcome. Let's get the questions rocking and rolling. We are here in Bloomington, Indiana, on my way to Las Vegas to speak at the Gross Stack Conference there. It's Gross Stack Drive Boot Camp with my man, Ken Jocelyn. Anyway, Gemma, good to see you. I hope you're happy, healthy. Mrs. Beth, good to see you. We'll have you on in a couple minutes. Jakey, bakey, good to see you as well. Lori, welcome. Keaton, he's out here on a Thankful Thursday, sharing all that he can. All right, let's get here real quickly. Boom. How has Indiana been? You know, the nicest people in the world are here in the heartland in Indiana. I love it here. If it wasn't so cold, I'd stay, or gonna get cold. Jake, thanks for posting up here. If anyone wants my book, ebook, audiobook, if you want me to sign a copy and send it to you, I'll pay for shipping in the book. David at dmeltzer.com. I will give 5 minutes to anyone. So go to David at dmeltzer.com. Happy to help anyone. I'm happy to give you 5 minutes. I got 5-minute phone calls, 20-minute meetings. If you come meet me in person, happy to do 20-minute interviews. Reach out, David at dmeltzer.com. All right, we are here. The questions are rolling in. Thank you so much. Here we go. Do you believe people should be forced to take vaccines? Well, let's be honest. You're not forced to take a vaccine, so I don't believe anyone should be forced to take it. But I also think people have the right to, if you have an event or your own business, you can tell who can come in your business or not. So, you know, everyone should not have to take the vaccine. And we want to protect everyone. So I am very open-minded, open-hearted, and open-handed. So we all should have our individual choices, and we should protect one another with those choices, and have the right to feel what protects them. Whether right or wrong, that's what people should do, is they're allowed to their own perceptions. You give meaning to everything you see. All right, here we go. What do you do on days you're not feeling your best? There are no days I'm not feeling my best. There's minutes and moments that I'm not feeling my best. That's all it is, because I have a consistent, persistent practice of 5 daily practices that allow me to know my what, know my how, know my what, my who, my how, and know my now. And if I'm in my now and I'm not feeling my best, I stop, I drop, and I roll back to what, who, how, and back to the now. And I put myself right back to center, to neutral, to my higher self, my higher thinking, the higher self, the one that is at central and neutral. That's what it's called, the stop, drop, and roll practice. If you want to learn how to apply your why and spend minutes and moments in ego-based consciousness instead of days, months, and years like I used to, man, reach out to me, David at dmeltzer.com. I'll be happy to send you those. What is an overlap agreement? Yeah, everyone's pounding me for the overlap agreement. I have a lot of content. An overlap agreement is the missing millions. So many of us have been missing millions because we haven't codified the relationship of either finding business for someone or cementing business for someone, and creating a mutual agreement with people to overlap our lives, to create and monetize the relationships and opportunities that we either introduce or close for others. I've been utilizing an overlap agreement for over a decade now for all the missing millions in my life, for when I have been a participant in a revenue event that I did not get rewarded for a fair share that could have been predetermined and agreed upon. It's not that I don't trust people. It's I want to remember what I promised to do. I want to remember the opportunities I have. I want to remember, recollect, and remind everyone that we live in an abundant world of more than enough of everything for everyone. So create overlap agreements so that you can monetize and take advantage of those relationships for each other mutually. And it's not a matter of trust. It's a matter of remembering. Remember means coming together, by the way. Are there certain breathing techniques you use when you stop to come back to center? Yeah, when I drop, breathe through my nose. Sometimes I hold for 30 seconds. and then breathe out for 30 seconds. In through the nose, hold the breath for 30 seconds, and out for 30 seconds. In for as long as I can, hold it for 30. Out. It'll put you right to center to neutral. And if you have a baseline that plateaus and grows, you will see an amazing difference. Okay, dokie. Let's to Beth Lauren. She's the founder of Sangha, New York City. An incredible producer, been in the media world for a long time, and now has moved that and has a new memoir released this year, Reeling. And I can't wait to see the misadventures of movie making, money, and love. Amazing. Beth, I think maybe you have to upgrade the IG because it's not letting you join. Jake, can you make sure Beth has an updated IG? I tried to join her and it was not letting her join. So check on that while I take a couple more questions today. I'm going to be speaking at the WellTech World Summit in Dublin in March of 2022. That is which Beth Lauren puts on. And I am so excited to be part of the Sanskrit for community, the new community, saying ha. How important is it sharing your goals with others? Well, I don't have goals. I have milestones. Goals are natural end, right? A goal is a natural end, which we attach our emotions to. I don't attach my emotions to an outcome. I have milestones. I attach my emotions through an outcome. I attach my emotions to that which gets me through an outcome. So that's what I'm doing here. There we go. We're going to join in the amazing Beth Lauren here, founder of Sangha NYC, the producer of the WellTech World Summit, which I'm keynoting in March of 2022. BethLaurenLTD.com, Sangha NYC. Sangha means community in Sanskrit. I live my life with the 12 lessons of Sanskrit, all which are amazing lessons about lessons themselves and about life. And one of those lessons, which I love, is that there is no better than here. We spend so much of our time trying to be there, and we're not appreciating, we're taking for granted what other people are wishing for here. And there is no better than here. So thank you so much. I keep on trying. Jake, hopefully you're helping Beth join us, or maybe she can comment again. She's here. She's in my group. It just won't let me join her, which usually means that it says B. Lauren is unable to join. There she is. See, we cleared the energy, Beth, and there you appear in the light.
In the light. Can you see me?
See you in the light. Awesome. Well, I have so many places I want to talk to you about, but let's just start with the film industry. Playing around a little bit, toiling in it a little bit in my entire career. There's many lessons that I learned. And you obviously have these great memoirs of movie making, of money making, and of love making in that industry, and you have defined them as misadventures. And so I was very curious. I'm a word person and an energy person, according to Word. What and why did you choose the misadventures of movie making, money, and love?
As my accountant pointed out to me, it was really a hobby for me and not really a business.
And now, is that okay?
Yeah. I mean, I poured my heart and soul in it. I was directing, writing, producing, but I wasn't really making a living. And so ultimately, a project I worked on for many, many years that was supposed to shoot in Dublin went bust. We were the victim of a scam, and all the money went away. Left me holding the bag, owing lots of money to people we had started working with. And we had amazing people attached, Connie Britton, Gretchen Mol, Timothy Hutton. We had an amazing, award-winning composer. It was an incredible project that everyone loved. And unfortunately, I couldn't get it financed, ended up getting conned. That person is hiding in plain sight in England. No retribution, no law enforcement did anything for me. So it really became a misadventure, and it really, it unlocked a lot of bad memories for me of things in my past, of, being a crime victim. So that's why I call it misadventure. And the book is really a documentation of that really rough time in my life and then coming out of it. moving towards the wellness space and really getting myself, all the self-care and everything I did to get myself back on the road to physical, financial, mental health. So, and it's got an interesting dual narrative because I was a screenwriter, and while I was going through this hell, I was like, gee, how would I do how would I tell the movie version of my life? So I have like the real life disaster, and then I have like the movie version where, you know, I get to make the movie, I get the guy, everything's rosy. So there's two narratives in the book, which people seem to really enjoy. And so, yeah, so I hope people buy it.
I love it, and they will, and I certainly can't wait to read it. I know what it was like writing my first book, and the first section of my first book was my misadventures, and it was interesting because it was probably the most valuable of all exercises as far as accountability went. And through reflection and writing, found how accountable I was for my misadventures. One lesson that has arisen from there is trust and vet. I, did not vet hard enough. And then I started seeing how apparent it was in my life that I was uncomfortable vetting people. I was uncomfortable asking hard questions. I was uncomfortable finding the truth because it may ruin my deal. And it exacerbates or accelerates the ruined deal in the end. And this has happened in really big movies with David Anspaugh and Angelo Pizzo and Justin Eskew and huge actors and millions of dollars in sponsorship. $120 million film I was on, very similar circumstance of not verifying funds, just taking for granted that a proof of funds was a proof of funds from a bank, and several different times in my life. What was your biggest lesson going and writing this true adventure or misadventure? What became apparent to you, and the lesson that has led you or propelled you to saying, huh?
Yeah, great question. I really not being a victim. When I sat down to write it and I thought about not just the swindler, but all the people who were not great to me at that period, and really didn't see how I was declining, and just like, hey, it's great. Beth can work 24 hours and she doesn't have to sleep or eat. And people were actually like applauding me for that instead of saying, whoa, you need to like take a nap and eat something. So when I really thought about all of that, I thought, I'm not a victim though. I made my own choices. I am responsible. I vetted this person 85%, and the 15% is where I fell down. So I didn't want to be a victim. I didn't want to blame anyone. I was perfectly honest about the things that people did, but I was honest about myself as well. And the places where I did things in the name of the film and to be successful that I would never do now. I made choices I would never make now. So that was really the lesson in owning my mistakes.
And you're putting on this wonderful 3-day conference to bring forth a lot of the lessons and mindset, heart set, and that conscious continuum that evolved through the misadventures of the movie making career that you had. And it's interesting because you tie in global technology with what I consider to be a technology as well. Maybe because I've studied Sanskrit, I've studied Kabbalah, I've studied all religions. The global technology seems redundant to me when we talk about wellness, because I believe, I figure, but I truly believe I am the healthy, happy, wealthy, and worthy. And what am I doing to interfere with it? And, that to me, this mathematical universe, math solves so many problems for me, and math is the basis of technology. For you, how do you reconcile global technology with this wellness community and in putting on this, technology-enabled solution, creating holistic and optimal health? It seems like the great reconciliation, which is why, by the way, I've never been more excited. Not only do I love Ireland, but never been more excited to go and to keynote something, because this is so aligned with what I do. I can't wait to hear what you have to say and to be a part of it.
Well, thank you. Thank you. We are so excited and grateful to have you keynote. And kudos to Kirsten Franklin for connecting us. and she is also going to be speaking, and she's amazing. You're just a natural choice, and you are like the embodiment of everything I'm trying to do. What I love Dublin. Obviously, I was making a film there. I lived there for 2 years. I've made like 15 trips and so I have a lot of friends there, and I've seen a lot of friends kind of come up through the tech world. And there's a lot of incubators at universities and a lot of foundations and organizations that are really kind of beefing up technology there. It's really a hub for the EU and also for a lot of American companies. It's a tax incentive for them to be there, but they've really thrived there. So what I really wanted to do, what I really looked at really over the pandemic is how much technology has kind of democratized wellness, because people were taking the time to like check in with their own mental health and their family's mental health, and they were using apps and wearables and going to websites. And it was so easy to do self-care in affordable ways. Like there's a lot of like kind of in the wellness space, there's a lot of kind of elitist kind of, it has to cost a lot of money and you have to go to this fancy spa. And that's not true at all. And that's not true for Ayurveda, which is my discipline and which also translates literally to life science. But also just for everything, like it was so easy to, to download a meditation app or to get a diet app or, anything that tracks your running, your walking. So everyone can do self-care, everyone can engage in wellness. And I really took a hard look at that. And plus it's like a $4.2 trillion business. And it's that because of tech. And so I really feel like they mesh perfectly together. And I looked at a lot of conferences, and a lot of them are either like very techy and dry, and they're not really for consumers. And then there are the wellness ones that are a little, not really forward thinking, I would say, kind of stuck in their own lane. So I thought this would be a great way to bring people together who are in both spaces, and also, really include people who are funding, or supporting founders. So having the people who are financing these apps and these wearables and these sites and these products, and then have the people who are actually making them and talking and in conversation. So the response has been overwhelming. Like people want to do this event. People are excited. People are excited to be in Dublin. We have an amazingly beautiful venue, historic venue that's like, 100 years old, really beautiful, right in the center of Dublin. So I'm really humbled by the response and really excited.
It's only going to get bigger and better. I myself have spent a lot of time out there in Dublin and Tullow and Waterford, and early on with Leslie Buckley in a town called Ennis, which was actually the first technology, and they gave Cat 5 or high-speed access to everyone in Ennis to see the economic impact, which has been extraordinary, as you know, over now almost, I'm getting old, but almost 2 decades that they did that. Incredible. Now, when I talk about, I may write a book called Reconciliation, because what I see you as, and why I'm so excited to speak there in Dublin on this platform, is people are having a difficult time reconciling the speed of thought and the speed of light or time, right? There's these two worlds, and technology actually helps democratize, but it also, I believe, helps to bridge the two speeds of technology, this thoughtfulness, the speed of thought, the speed of truth, the speed of light, the speed of love, with man-made constructed speed of light, which is 186 miles per second. This understanding we have 24 hours a day, we will have an end to our embodiment, and we have as much activity as we want. You had mentioned earlier, you had learned a lesson that it's better to have activity you get paid for than not, especially when you have learned to love something. And here you are proving that again. Where do you see in this platform of global technology and this, as they say in Sanskrit, the Sangha, right? This community, this connectedness that we have, how is the man-made construct of technology reconciled with the omniscient, all-powerful, all-knowing technology of the unlimited and abundant universe that we're trying to harness from? How do you reconcile this together?
I just think it's logical, it's just, it works together, it's even, you are a TM practitioner, and the David Lynch Foundation where I learned TM and that I credit with a lot of my mental health. You know, every day at 6, you know, it's 6 p.m. Eastern time. You know, you can get on a call with Bob Roth and you're using your phone or your tablet or whatever device, but you're slowing down. You're doing a group activity, and even though you're not in the room together, like there is definitely a collective energy. It's different than when I do my afternoon meditation by myself. It's such a connector. You know, he'll start with a quote or a poem or a story, and then end that way, and it's so unifying. But you've taken the moment to slow down and have the time for yourself and for your brain, but you're with thousands of people. So it is
Which is
ultimate sense of yeah.
Yeah, I love that, you know, the collective consciousness and Dr. Joe and so many of my mentors, we have created, you know, different circles of faith that are technology circles, in my opinion, and the power of thousands gets extraordinary and really incredible. Well, there's two things I want people to think about from today's conversation. One is go to Amazon, check out the memoirs. You have to read The Misadventures in Movie Making Money and Love. It'll be applicable to everyone's journey. It's a story that I lived in real estate and sports agentry, and I've seen in the entertainment industry as well. And then especially, you cannot think of a better place to be in March than Dublin. And with Beth, myself, and so many others, it's going to be an incredible collective conscious. You will leave accelerated, expanded, and compounded with your own desires, intentions, and attention. I appreciate everything that you've learned and how you're sharing it with all of us, Beth. Thank you so much. Go to singhadnyc.com, bethlaurenltd.com. Incredible. I can't wait to do more with you. All you got to do is ask. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Good to see you.
I appreciate you. Stay in the light. Take care. Oh my goodness, what a blessing. She is amazing. Come join us in Dublin. I'll be keynoting there in March of 2022. If you haven't been in Ireland in March, you're missing out, especially with the collective conscious that we're creating together there. Let's take a couple more questions. It's Thankful Thursday, and I am so thankful to be here. Thankful for you. Thankful for me. Thank you for your live video today as well. We're Thankful Thursday. If you want my book, ebook, audiobook, I'll sign a book and send it to you. I'll pay for shipping and the book. All you got to do is email me. I'll give anyone 5 minutes. So if you want 5 minutes with me, all you got to do is email me, david@dmeltzer.com. I'm of service. My name actually means beloved servant. So I cannot help but be of service and help to others. Help from España. Hello. Hola, ¿qué pasa? ¿Por qué no comes aquí, mi amigo? Ven aquí, por favor. Muchas gracias. It is Thankful Thursday. We're loving it from all over the world. How can we learn about the meetup tomorrow? Why don't you post up there the meetup time? It's in Las Vegas, I believe, noon Pacific time at Brad Lee's studio at noon Pacific time, lunchtime. Come meet me at Brad Lee's facility there in Las Vegas. I'm going to do a meetup. I'll have some books for you there too. I will send you a book if you email me, david@dmeltzer.com. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us today. I can't wait. We're going to be at the Drac Drive Boot Camp in Vegas. I will be there with Brad Lee, Brian Bogert, Josh York, and many more, including me, creating a vision, a team, and profit. I cannot wait to be there and to share my perspective. How do you stay centered while running a business? How do you stay centered when running a family? I always start my day off, and it never fails. Something takes me out of that peace, I'm sure is what place of peace. Look, man, you got to know the 5 daily practices. If you wake up, know your what, your who, your how, and then you'll determine your now and apply your why instead of searching for it, you'll just spend minutes and moments in God laughing at you. In other words, disrupting your well-developed plan, utilizing non-negotiables of the what, the who, the how, the now, and applying your why. Reach out to me. I can teach you the 5 daily practices according to the values that you have. There he is. Welcome, Ken, to this amazing day. I cannot be more thankful than to have Ken Jocelyn here with us. He is, of course, the CEO of Grow Stack Drive. That's KenJocelynTeam.com and GrowStackDrive.com /Vegas.
That's
I'm
it,
on my
baby.
way. care. I'm on my way.
Hey, look, I even wore the maize and blue for your team this morning.
There you go.
Oh, look at
That's
them
for
guns.
Oh, man, I can't wait to see you. How's it going there in Vegas?
Dude, it's great, dude. Just finished a killer F45 gym workout. This is my 19th F45 location around the country over the past year and a half. Christina, what's up, girl? Good to see you this morning. Yeah, great, man. Super excited about today. We were over there like yesterday hanging out with Brad, Tori Cruz, shot our podcast with Brad. So I'm looking forward, man. We're going to have a great time. Go Blue, Jake.
Oh, Blue Jake. You got it. Gross Drac Drive Boot Camp. What can people take away from your boot camps, man? They are well known throughout the world. People are pinging me all day long going,
Yeah.
Are you in Vegas? Vegas? Are you in Vegas? I'm going to be in Vegas tonight. I'm meeting with Ken and the boys right after dinner. I'll be right off the plane. So keep that phone on. Don't lose me. 'Cause
No,
I
I
can't
got
wait
you.
to share some great
Yes.
energy with you. But what can people get out of the boot camp?
Yeah, we really do three things, Dave. Number one, we really strive to help business leaders build confidence, number one, gain clarity, number two, and create community, number three. Our boot camps are a little different because we keep the size of our boot camps down to about 50 to 60 people. So they're small, they're real super intimate. One of the things that we're really good, so I pastored 12 out of the last 25 years. I spent 12 out of the last 25 years in full-time ministry. So people say, Ken, what's Gross Stack Drive like? I say it's like the church I planted and 10X got together and had a baby. We're just a bunch of crazy entrepreneurs going after it with a strong sense of community. We don't have a green room. Like Dave's not going to be whisked from behind the stage on the stage. Literally, all of our speakers and communicators come in, from you to Brad to Josh York to Hazel Ortega. I mean, we've got a killer lineup. Guys just come in and really, number one, the people that we bring in are aligned with us DNA-wise when it comes to relationship and community. They understand the power of relationship. So I would say those are the three things that we do. But in that setting, dude, it literally is magical, dude.
It is magical. And you and I have been around each other a long time. I'm a big fan and appreciate so much that you do. But one of the things I appreciate most is your podcast, as a leader grows. And that's what a leader does, is they grow because they're intelligent followers. And I'm looking at the slate, right? And you got Brian Bogert, who I play a great part with as a mentor, and Scott Duffy I've mentored for years, and Brad Lee, I've seen his growth as a leader. And the interesting thing is, not only do I celebrate and elevate, but they celebrate and elevate me through the relationship. And I celebrate and elevate you as you have for me. And this is part of that intimate group, that mastermind group, that boot camp that you have, is everyone's there. It's not just Dave Meltzer talking to you. We're figuring out, what are we listening for? And how can we grow as leaders? How can we be intelligent followers and share our superpowers and help each other with the disabilities that we have, or the dis-ease that we may be feeling? Because what we remind ourselves in your group, healthy, happy, wealthy, and worthy, let's figure out what we're doing to interfere with it, and how can we help clear that interference for each other, which brings those three things, like you say. It builds confidence, it gains clarity, and it creates a tight community where we're all of service. We're all in the ministry together, this great big baby 10X and the church that you built.
Yeah, so when you said something about relationships just a minute ago, like Anthony Trucks, I know you know Anthony. He's one of my dear friends. He was at Funnel Hackers Live last week and spoke for Russell. Anthony and I are texting all day long. He's texting me before he goes out on the stage. I'm like, dude, go crush it. Dude, get that workout in. Go get it. He's texting me when we get done. He's telling me, hey, dude, so tomorrow we're getting together to just talk about, hey, tell me about your experience. How was it? We are each other's biggest cheerleaders. Get around people who want something for you, not from you. Get around people, dude, who are they're as or more excited when you win as when they win.
And I would tell you, I know your group, and this is why I'm so attracted. They're more excited. I have, kids, like Brian or Fenster or, these kids I've been for 20 years now, and they're multi-millionaires having $100 million exits, and, the Jim Heath years with Hyper Ice, and, the list keeps going on. The Jake Reynolds, president of the Sixers. And I sit there and I tell my wife, she says, why are you crying? I'm like, I just found out this guy has 190 stores now. And like, to me, I don't own one store, right? Yeah. But in my heart, I'm the biggest success that I ever could be because I've elevated and celebrated, and we can all do that for each other. One thing that I also learned in this understanding of leaders grow is that our superpowers are not present to ourselves, meaning part of the group in understanding is when you get to these groups, people will say all of a sudden, how do you do that, David? You know, how are you so consistent? You know, and in me, that's something that's just inherent in my being. So I don't give it any special power. But when you get around the group, everyone's picking and celebrating stuff that we take for granted, that when we start looking at go, wait, hold on a second, this may be an area that I can help other people with because I'm naturally good at it. You know, if I need to dunk a basketball, you know, Mamadou's my man. He's 7'7". He's been born, but he doesn't think it's a big deal to dunk a basketball. But this is the type of thing that occurs at your events, and this is how we all grow together as a community.
Yeah, and I love, you said that just a minute ago, like what's your superpower? I'm literally sitting here with my planner right now. Goals, gratitude, affirmations, top 3. We have a concept that we talk about a lot called incremental, not monumental. Small daily disciplined decisions over time always equal monumental results. Success cannot escape you if you do the right things every single day. And you said for you and I, it's a discipline. It literally is a discipline. Some people walk into this weekend, and if they pull that one thing out, Dave, instead of, and I've been in the 10X community with Grant for 2 years. I was down at boot camp this weekend with Grant and Jared and the team. You know, you'll see people that'll be hot for 2 or 3 months and they'll disappear for 6 months. Hot for 2 or 3 months and disappear for, like, literally, it's incremental, not monumental. It's every single day you're doing the things. I've got tomorrow morning, I'm down 70 pounds. I'm on day 102 of keto. I've lost 3.5 inches off my waist. I'm going to come on stage tomorrow with a tape measure. Like, people want this, like, super quick, like, we're going to grow and go crazy. It's like our good friends, Dave, Greg Reed and Sharon Lecter put in 3 Feet from Gold book, a 21-year overnight success. There's just no such thing as an overnight success.
Yeah.
Every single day.
Yeah, and you have to detach your emotions from that outcome. I have learned as well, right, the negative behavior we don't expect the result from, but positive, we want an instant result. And we have to shift that paradigm. You have to realize that the negative things that we're doing will aggregate, compound, and accelerate in the same direction, the negative direction, and positive things will be monumental, but it takes time. 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. It takes 20 times around that equation to get to 2 million. So, but think about it. When I met Gary Vaynerchuk, and I was a traditional brand, a traditional agent, a traditional media guy. And when I met Gary and told him, I just want 2 people, 2 ambassadors my first year. And he said, what the heck are you talking about? I said, I just need 2 people that will listen to my podcast, will watch my TV shows, my movies, read my books, and tell everybody they know to do so, and find 2 more people every year to do the same. And he said, really, what's that going to get you? And this is a great guy when it comes to digital marketing. I said, it's going to make me the most popular man in the world, most powerful, impactful 70-year-old after 20 turns of that. 20 turns of that turns to Dave Meltzer having 2 million ambassadors, getting 2 million more ambassadors every year, to the next year 4 million and 4. And what happens is, like you said, you stay consistent and disciplined. It doesn't take, the turns go faster. It doesn't take 20 years. It may take you 20 months. And that's where we get the exponentiality. Well, real quick, because I got to get on an airplane to come see you. What can people do if they still want to come or come to the next one? Where can people go? How can they join us?
Yeah, well, number one, you can follow me here on Instagram. Number one. Number 2, growstackdrive.com/Vegas. We've got, I think, 2 or 3 seats left. It's pretty much sold out. Again, we keep these events. There'll be about 60, 65 people in the room, plus speakers and my team. So it's a very small, intimate space, and Brad's space at Lightspeed headquarters that he's done 4 events is out of this world. It's really, really, really nice.
And he's really, really nice and out of this. So are you. This plane could usually, you know, I'm such in a hurry to get home. I am in so much of a hurry to come see my other home, my family that I haven't seen in a long time. So thank you for giving me the opportunity. Thank you for putting together. Thank you for all that you elevate and celebrate, empowering others to empower others to make money, help people, and have fun. And I'm telling you, you have a joint ministry now. The 10X. Yes. You got it, my brother. Can't wait to see you. Thanks so much. Ken Jocelyn, the incredible podcast that he has. Join him at kenjocelynteam.com or his at kenjocelyn on Instagram. Thanks so much.
Appreciate you, Dave. Love you, buddy. I'll see you tonight.
Thank you. Keep that phone on. I know Vegas, you can get lost, man. Don't lose me. I want to see you. Awesome. All right. We got a couple spots left, it sounds like. Come see me and Brian Bogert, Joshua Work, Ken Jocelyn, many, many others. Scott Duffy's, I think there's several. Come see us all. Unbelievable. Leaders will grow, gain confidence, clarity, and create a community. It's there for you. You can go ahead and email me, david@dmeltzer.com. It's always a pleasure. I'm going to take a question, and then we're going to join up in about 10 minutes to JA Worldwide. 2-minute drill is going to start filming in November. We have an entire episode, a junior achievement episode, and I can't wait. We always donate to junior achievement. I'm the chief chancellor of Junior Achievement University with Bob Proctor, Jack Canfield, Mark Victor Hansen, Sharon Lecter. The greats are out there. What is something your kids have taught you over the years? Radical humility. My children have taught me that they are not for me, they're through me. And so I have to only present experiences to them and allow them to make their choices, allow them to have struggles, setbacks, failures on their own and learn from them. They have inherent genetic inheritance from me and my wife, and energetic, but they have a quantum being of their own. And you have to let them accelerate, learn at their own pace and make their own decisions. Try to present them with the most information. My children come through me, not for me. A great Wayne Dyer saying, our children come through us. And that's what I've learned from my children. May they all do their best, learn lessons, and have fun. May they all know, my children, that I love them. I'm proud of them, and I always have their back. I appreciate everyone. Most importantly, it's Thankful Thursday. Please be thankful for and don't take for granted what other people are wishing for, especially you. Know what you want, who can help you and who you can help, how to get it done. Know your now and apply your why. Everybody can reach out to me, david@dmeltzer.com. I'll give 5 minutes to anyone. All you got to do, Harry Chickma, is reach out. He's a great executive producer of 2-Minute Drill and Office Hours. All you got to do is reach out, 5 minutes, 20-minute interviews, 20-minute meetings, david@dmeltzer.com, my book, ebook, audiobook. I'll send a book, I'll sign it, I'll ship it to you, I'll pay for everything. All you got to do is email me, david@dmeltzer.com. It's Thankful Thursday. Be kind to your future self, Christina especially, and do good deeds. Have a great